That is the thing. In this like time, real football is way more interesting than FIFA.
Yes, especially if you're a FUT fan.
Has it started yet?
Yeah, 2 matches, 2 points. Here we go, champions. Woo-hoo. Stream is on though. I will put the record on after a little countdown, and if you're ready, and I think I might have to sneeze before we do it, so just a sec.
Bless you.
Thanks, I'm so glad that we did that just before we start.
I love as well that he has no English players at Arsenal. Oh, he has Sancho.
All right.
I love that as well. He doesn't even have himself.
He does that on his just really quickly. He does that on his FIFA account as well. So he had like this most disgusting team ever, and bear in mind that he'll get a 99 card of himself, and he doesn't even have it on his team. He just likes to play like a normal person would.
Oh, that's nice though.
I like Griezmann though. He's got a good card.
He's got a good haircut.
No, but his 99 card is like obviously a god. But yeah, he wants to play it the right way.
I like his card. His card is good. Oh no, he should use the 99. If I got given a 99, I'd use that fucking shit. I'd put it up front. I'd put it wherever.
Yeah, but you lose, and every kid on the block tweets at you.
Yeah, true.
And everyone knows what your fucking ID.
Exactly. I wouldn't play it online though. You guys ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Has anyone got a stream of the cup, the thingy cup?
The what?
I might have to. The hold on a sec. The Super Cup.
No, because I don't want to use bandwidth while streaming and trying to record.
All right, cool. Just wondered.
I can put it up though in a minute if you want.
No, that's all right. Let's get this started.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to What the FUT Live episode 14. It's FIFA 19 off-season, and it's also FIFA 20 beta time. Today we'll end up FIFA 19 for the podcast by looking into the past year. With us again, back from being away for a week, is Steve, top 100 PC player. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, hello.
I keep saying top 100 PC player.
I haven't played for about 3 weeks, so I think I've lost it now.
You might, but next year is going to be top 10, so just going to put the pressure on.
Next year, when EA turn it back into top 40, then we'll see.
Top 10. Need something.
Yeah.
Like. And also with this is the man, the myth, the legend that also deleted his club this weekend. It's Adam.
Yeah, happiest I've been. I'm gonna do a quick spoiler. We do favourite moments and stuff. That was my favourite moment of the whole year. No, I'm joking. Yeah, hello everyone.
And my name is John, also known as FUT Coaching, and it's time to get this show started. So, yes, Adam already spoiled it quite a bit, but we're going to discuss our year in FUT, and also our favorite players per position. And I've heard we're gonna give each other a hard time doing that. Isn't that right, Steve?
Apparently, I'm going to give everyone a hard time. That's what I've been told to do. Not that I would do
you
it
always
anyway.
listen, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, shall we just start with doing our favorite formations, favorite players? After that, then at least we have got like a feeling what we like to play. So if we don't have wingers used, that makes sense if we skip those stuff like that.
To be honest though, I use a lot of formation, so mine will probably be a bit weird. So what you've got to bear in mind is I always play everyone in max chemistry, even if it is not their default position, if that makes sense.
I guess.
So
Does that make sense?
moving like a Ronaldo to CDM to make it fit. That's what you meant.
Yeah. That's it, basically.
For someone who plays the new Kondobia card, the striker starting formation, I get exactly what you mean. Favorite formation? Yeah, well, let's start with favorite formation. Adam, elaborate, please.
4-3-3, but the one where it's 2 CMs and then there's a cam.
So that's a 4-3-3-4.
Yeah, it's 4-3-3-4.
Yeah. Reason being is quite simply because of the fact that I like 2 wingers. I like I don't like a Zlatan cheat up front, but someone like Torres that's big enough to like get the ball and then keep the ball on the ground and like pass it backwards to the cam, who for me was Bertie this year, as I've said 100 times. And the dynamic between them two, and then bringing in one very good shooting midfielder and one that's just there as a tank. And yeah, I really like the dynamic, and yeah, it was perfect for me.
Yeah, it's a bold choice. It's a bold choice, Captain.
No, 4-3-3. So what did you have the like pressing and all that stuff on?
Default.
Default, you just had it left as it.
Yeah, there is like a genuine reason as to why. It's because of the fact that I got so like happy with how they were playing. I went to try and change things. When I did change things, it just felt like they'd fallen to pieces. So I got really scared and just set everything back to default. Right in the last couple of months, I changed a few things and like started setting things. Actually, from watching one of your weekly, I think it was one of your weekly reviews, John. Yeah, you were going through like a formation and stuff, and I changed a few things, and it actually did help. But generally, mainly defaults. And yeah, I felt really comfortable with that formation the whole year.
Planning on starting that next year as well? Just saving.
Yeah, I've had it for the last 2 years. Like, I can't even help it. I like having one big striker, not Zlatan-y, but like, you know, someone that you can
like
feed
Butra.
to. No. Butra has
Nah,
to
just
sit
kidding.
behind.
Just kidding.
He has to be like Michael Owen in this sense. It's like the Owen Heskey, but someone that can actually play football up front.
Heskey was underrated.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but he's no Fernando Torres.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
What about you, Steve?
So my favourite formation was 4-1-2-1-2-2, with a middle bit of width and drop back, but with quite a high depth. The reasons for this were because pressing on hit, like people said about the pressing, but the pressing was mainly affected by, I felt the pressing was mainly affected not necessarily by how you set them in that formation, but how you played when you controlled your players and work rates. So if you had players with high defensive work rates, they would tend to press anyway, especially if you had the depth up high. So it was like, but with drop back, they'd actually get back into position, whereas with a press, they could actually end up out of position. So that was basically it. Forwards getting in behind, basically really aggressive attacking. I did start the game with fast build up, but then I realised that wasn't really that great. And then I just turned it on to balanced because that was the easiest thing to do. Like, that was just the best, most balanced way. That was good. I thought it was all right. I like going through the centre. It was really easy. You get a lot of simple goals especially at the end of the game, where all the midfielders were creative and you could just put through balls in from nearly anywhere and you'd have players through on goal. And especially when you brought subs on and they had a bit more pace than the rest of the opponent's defenders, you could just, like with someone like Werner up front or Lozano, you're just basically, you could, if you couldn't find the ball on, you could just hold through ball and then accidentally be through on goal, which is fun.
And you also
Easy.
played the 4-1-2-1-2 with high line, right?
I played a 4. Yeah, that was the one with the highlight. I also played a 4-3-3 with press, which had them all press in, which I liked, and that was basically my anti 4-2-3-1. So it would pin basically a lot of 4-2-3-1s. They like to get their fullbacks attacking. So a lot of times, actually, when people played against me with 4-1-2-1-2, they'd send their wing backs up so they have extra players up. And sometimes players would get in that channel next to the centre back and go outside. But if they didn't, I'd go to 4-3-3 and have them press attacking, so that if they moved their fullbacks out of place, it would be basically 3-on-3 attack, and then it's a goal basically from there.
Yeah, just be a bit patient and just play the ball.
Yeah. You don't. It's not guaranteed goal, but it's very potent. It's one through ball. You just pass it to Trent Alexander-Arnold, through ball. Oh look, whoever the right winger is basically through on goal, and then I can do what I want from there. So yeah, that's what my favourite formations were.
Awesome. No 4-2-3-1 though.
No. 4-2-3-1 is a very overrated. I think it's good for defensively locking down, but I don't think it is necessarily the best for attacking.
Yeah, I think it's a very stable formation, very close, very compact, and also easy to rebound from. So if a striker takes shots on one of the camps, it can always rebound back. The crossing works very well this year, while the 4-2-3-1 is really good. But I find it so boring that I just can't play it myself.
You have to play possession with it, don't you? Like for it to be really good.
Or actually just drop back and play a counter play from it, because it's really easy to stay in your formation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really stable because you can actually play it really offensive and you can play it really defensive, and especially with the 6 at the back, almost it's near impossible to get through. So yeah, it's a very stable formation, but that's why it's also used at the pro levels a lot, of course. It's really hard to break down. But every time I play it myself, it just lost me to sleep. So my favorite formation had definitely been the 4-4-2 or the 4-4-1-1. A bit of change up between those two. Keeping the play wide, using my possession plays. You know how I love making triangles. And especially in the 4-4-1-1, it's really easy to keep possession. And if, like this year, the 4-2-3-1 is so much used that I use the wide formations to just counter those 4-2-3-1s. Like using wingers, which are very underrated as well. Like letting my fullbacks overlap or undercut actually. 4-4-2 and 4-4-1-1 especially. And I've seen some players using the 4-4-2s now at tournaments as well. I think if you have early on 2 central midfielders that can do the job, that's a really strong formation and much more fun to play along with than the old-fashioned 4-2-3-1. No snarky comments on my 4-4-2?
No, I used 4-4-2 at the start. I mean, it's old traditional English football. I'm surprised more people aren't using it, because Sam Allardyce would love it, and people seem to be using Zlatan like Sam Allardyce's little bitch. So I'm surprised that. So I am surprised that more people didn't use 4-4-2. I did use it at the start of the game, but then I did change to 4-1. I changed to 4-3-3, and then I changed to 4-1-2-1-2. And they worked. Honestly, that it was just 4-1-2-1-2 suited me so well. Like the way I play with like quick trying to burst through all the time, it suited my style of play basically.
And the results were there as well. So no reason changing it.
That was it. And the players that I used, like for example, I don't have a natural right midfielder in my team, so that made a difference as well.
Yeah, certainly changed. Ellen, go.
On the whole formation thing, and especially about the ones that the pros use, like the high levels. Just a quick point. I think that the ability to go ultra defensive should be switched off for pros. I don't think they should be able to go below balanced.
Oh, what do you mean, like not drop back?
Yeah, because I watched some games. I tell you what, you know when they done that pro clubs one, the tournament where like they were allowed one pro. It was the Bates and Run thing. Yeah. I was watching the game between. I was
Masters.
watching the game. Who, sorry?
It was
Masters, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
and I was watching F2 Techers, and he couldn't mash ultra defensive at the start of the game quick enough, and then and it was just like, dude, you're supposed to be the best player in the world. I want to watch you mess people up. I don't want to watch you like, oh yeah, we're just going to abuse the fact that all the dummy defenders will stay back, and then we'll just knock it forward, and I'll do flip flaps and goal. And it's just,
I think I like players using drop back against me, especially since I use the possession play and just lure on like two or three chances. Let them drop back. It makes it easy for me. And I think,
I mean, in a pro game, in that kind of thing, I don't want to watch.
You can't take someone. You can't. Nah, it's like taking away a gun in pro. Like if you're going to take it away in pro, take it away in all the play. Because imagine in COD if they were like, "Oh, this gun's too broken," no, but we'll just leave it in. We'll just leave it in the game for normal.
But it does mute the spectacle of supposedly the best players in the world playing.
But it's like watching Atletico Madrid play in a Champions League final. You know that they're just going to batten down the hatches and try and take it to penalties.
It's more fun with them though.
Yeah, but I mean some people like that.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
I'd rather watch Stoke play.
Yeah, but what you also see in the last thing about formation, what you also saw in the last World Cup, the FIFA A World Cup, is that if an early goal was conceded, it actually opened up the whole match, because then everything changed around. And we got some high score lines like 5-5, 6-6 and stuff. So I think players adapt, and it's just a safe way to start off your games anyways. I can't really blame
I'll see that.
There's lots of stake. Let's start with our fun FIFA 19 ending topic. Favorite players. We did set up some rules. Adam, can you go into them?
Okay, so we're not going to do team of the season players. They are right at the end of the game, and we'd be here forever if we was just discussing team of the season players, because, oh yeah, 94 is great, and oh my god, have you tried 99 Ronaldo? They're like super overpowered. Anything before team of the season is fine. No icons either, because Ruud
Gullit would win every position, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know.
Oh wait, we're not allowed to do that. Hang on, I need to change my list.
You still have time, no worries.
But yeah, no icons, no team of the season players, and unfortunately, that does mean anything that's footies, or anything basically from the start of that first team of the season week. So any of like the community team of the season, and any player after that is cut off because it's just too fresh.
You're allowed to use old versions of the cards.
Yeah,
just not.
So you can go, oh yeah, Ronaldo 98 Champions League edition. I got him like quite well, maybe not 98, but like you get what I mean. Like yeah.
Just basically non-icons, non-footies, non-team of the season.
Yeah, basically realistic cards you can get in the middle of the game,
and which we probably used a lot as well.
Yeah, essentially.
And we all made a list, but we don't know each other's lists. So here comes the most fun part of the night. We're gonna try to make the other choices as ridiculous as possible. And I'm guessing Adam and me will lose this one, but we'll just have to go with it. But let us start with the goalkeeper, and let's start with giving Steve his words first, so we can make fun of Steve first.
So genuinely, the only goal was Casillas, not Casillas. Hey, dickhead. The thing is a good goalkeeper is always like the first player I buy on a FUT. The first expensive player I buy is always the goalkeeper, because that is the position you need a player that's good more than anywhere else. You have no control. Like if a player is absolute trash, you still select where he passes and stuff. You still have some sort of control over that. The goalkeeper, you're just praying that he makes a save. And so
I still do that with team of the season players, though.
Yeah. But with the goalkeeper, you're still so I always did that. So I used Courtois throughout the whole game, and he was fantastic. He was always fantastic. He was brilliant. I loved him. He was always solid. He made a few mistakes. Yeah, he probably did. He he was always very solid. He did make a few mistakes, but every goalkeeper did. But he would sometimes he would just pull it out, and I loved him. And he was tall, and his stats were 90, like nearly 99, everything from the
And he had
start.
big boot.
So yeah, he was great. I loved him. That's it. That's all I've got to say about Courtois, the god.
Ah, damn, he picked the first one, which I can't really complain about.
Yeah.
Adam?
Well, I got an untradeable Courtois, and I would love to wax lyrical about how much I enjoyed him, but realistically, I should go for Handanovic. Handanovic was not as good as Courtois. He's not. He's close though. He pulls out the most ridiculous saves. He was such a good card. The 88 version of him, I'm not saying it was end game, but it was very consistent throughout the season. And if you ended up getting his team of the week, he was basically a team of the season player because with the basic chem, those goalies that have got 89 on every stat, it just makes them 99 overall. So they're team of the season. And I found him fantastic. He was very good at making like the weird saves. He could get peppered. He was the closest goalie I've used this year to Courtois. I would say Courtois was the best. He's the best. Courtois was the best goalie I used this season without a doubt. But I can't just, I'm going to try and be different. Handanovic was the closest, but Courtois is by far the best goalie I've used.
So, wow, we could actually make fun of your choice. You already did that yourself.
Yeah. So, John, what goalkeeper got closest to being as good as Courtois that you?
I backed Courtois this year 3 times. 2 times the Champions League version and 1 time the gold version. And I used them all into an SBC.
Wow.
But that's basically also due to Cam, to be fair.
So who was your goalie?
My most unoriginal choice, which I would name, and then he would win this contest by far, is of course David De Gea. But I won't pick him because I wanted to be a bit more creative. And a goalie I've used for over 500 matches this year has been the inform Donnarumma. The first inform from Donnarumma. He's tall. He fitted my team until I think December, January. He's got way more ball control than Courtois, so Courtois has the habit of just bouncing everything off him, and Donnarumma just picked everything up.
That is true. One thing I did notice about Courtois is when I had him up to the halfway line with the ball, he suddenly got a bit nervous.
So my original pick would be David De Gea, and he would actually win because he's still in my team, the gold version. But I
think that's mad. I don't even think that version's that good, to be honest. I think whenever, do you know, like if I saw Courtois at the start of the game, I used to get worried, like, oh goodness sake, they got Courtois.
Yeah, same.
But De Gea, I never ever used to. He'll make a lot of average saves. But he won't make any special saves. He won't you could tell what you're going to score. He was part of the problem actually with the first time finesse meta because he was very easy to score that first time finesse. For some reason, the way they made him move, he jumped a lot. I mean, a lot of them jump like
they just fall over.
Yeah, a lot of them jump like 3-year-olds, but he jumps like a 3-year-old with something wrong with their legs. Right, it was really, really bad.
I've used Courtois a lot this year, and slip. I've used De Gea a lot this year, and I could never get on board with him, ever.
So I
don't know why.
But Donnarumma?
Donnarumma
I loved.
A few times it's been decent. Yeah, it's been all right. Still not Courtois, but it's been all right.
So Donnarumma wins? Nah, you guys picking 2 out of 3 picking Courtois. I did use the Champions League version, which I did pick. I think maybe for 40 matches or something. But
what will be interesting is next year, because I can't imagine Courtois getting an upgrade next year.
No. Probably gets a downgrade.
Yeah, see. Let's hope he hasn't got any short.
No, that's fair enough. He seems to slither around though.
We'll see.
So we got 2 times Courtois and 1 times Donnarumma, right? Or are you changing your pick? You actually changed your pick to Courtois yourself, Adam.
Well, I mean, for the purpose of like I waxed lyrical. My review of Handanovic was he's almost Courtois in some instances, so it has
Yeah,
to be Courtois.
yeah, exactly. So Courtois actually wins.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. That's how realistic FIFA was this year. Let's start with. Let's go on with the central defender. I said Adam first, and then
Yes.
now it's Steve. No, Adam first. Yeah, Adam.
Me first. Okay.
Yes. Don't
Are you
sigh.
just picking one? Two? Because I just assumed that everyone has two, so I picked a
Okay.
pairing.
One. I say one. So we have to decide which one is the best in the end.
That's what I was sort of waiting for.
So
okay.
say your two choices. Pick your best choice out of those two, and then
Manolas 88, the Champions League one, and the FUT swap one. Jesus, I was rocking them until about 2 months ago, and they could have survived into the team of the season. In my opinion, they were unbelievable. I think that for some reason, even though Manolas on paper is the better player, one Jesus was the one for me. But he was so good. I adored him. He being Brazilian means that he's more linkable. He is dumb at everything apart from being a defender, which is great. He's never going to run forward. He's never going to try and do something above his wheelhouse. He's just there to defend.
he's fast.
And
He's free.
Really fast. He's free. I mean, that Manolas SBC was like 300k if I remember correctly.
If you have to pick between Manolas and Jesus,
One Jesus.
He picked one Jesus. Yeah, he picked one Jesus. The thing is, I think the word pace is going to come, especially from me and Adam. We're going to be like, and he's quick, and that's all that matters.
yeah, fair enough though.
That is going to be literally.
Pace
Why did
rules
you
everything
pick it?
around me.
Pace, no, pace does though. That is the thing. Yeah, I mean, if you do want a scrawny little Brazilian as your centre back, Juan Jesus is the one. I have to admit.
Yeah, I have to choose
That's
between
not you.
Marquinhos and Jesus. I haven't heard my pick yet, but
Oh God, you do your pick now, John. Go on.
I
Just so I can trust
if
you.
I look my two picks were FUT swap from Jesus, and but the other one will definitely win, to be honest, and that's future star Eder Militao.
Oh.
Yeah. I tell you what, that is quite a good little pairing.
Yeah, so on Jesus was of course free. Everything Adam says I can actually stand up for. But then I got my hands on Militao, I think January, somewhere like that. Oh man, and that card was so brilliant. And he hasn't left my team until team of the season hit. So yeah, I can't really go beyond him. Fast, good body type, can jump, nothing wrong. Brazilian, pretty easy to link up. So yeah, Adam Militao wins my pick.
I didn't. Militao was again one of them defenders I just was never ever scared of. When someone had them in the team, I was just like, "Oh, I'm not sure if you know how to play football."
So
That was the
Adam
thing with
Militao, that's your choice for Adam Militao. I'm not afraid, but if they put up Courtois, then you're afraid. Nah,
Yeah,
you're making more
exactly,
sense by the
then-
minute, buddy.
Yeah, Militao. I don't know. He's all right. He's got stats. I'll give him. Does he have high attacking work rate? I can't remember.
Militao?
No, he was middle.
Or is he middle for both? Because he started off as a wing back, didn't he?
No, he's high attacking and
He's high attacking. Yeah.
yeah.
See, it's an interesting. I mean, it's an interesting 5'8" as well.
No, he's 6 foot.
Is he 6 foot? Oh, well done him. Been on the Wheaties, isn't he?
Yeah, so yeah, perfect. He's 6'1" actually, even. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, definitely.
try something better.
Oh,
Go, Steve. Go, Steve.
Go, yeah. No,
Try
he
to
was
kick
like-
Militao for the P1
I
position.
mean, I'm gonna just. I tell you who's gonna win. So my two picks,
Varane and Ramos.
Varane, yeah, Varane, who's just the best defender there is, and actually not Ramos. I never actually used. I think I used Ramos once, and that and not much after that. because I didn't really like the way he played. But the second choice was Lucas Hernandez, and it was and then the headliner, and I adored that card. It for some reason because it had high agility, it got into places that it couldn't. It was so dependable on the ball. Had great passing because he started off as a pro tip for next year. If a left back or a right back gets a centre back in form, they're probably going to be the best centre back early game because that's what happened with Lucas Hernandez, and he was unbelievable. He got a in form, I think, week 2, and it was just fantastic. But he's not even my pick. My pick is Varane because Gold Varane kept me instead until I could have formed the team of the year, to be honest. And I'm not going to talk about the team of the year because it's not fair. It's a no contest against any Eder Militao. But that Varane was just 6'3", pacey.
6'1", don't go.
No, Varane is 6'3".
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make
he was.
You did your homework,
big,
yeah.
strong, pacey,
French,
high defensive work rate, French, Real Madrid, kissed the badge, right? He was everything. And I tell you what, next year everyone will probably have him and Militao as their centre backs at the start.
It'll be the most broken thing ever.
It's going to be fun with my left back choice as well.
But I think Jesus won't make the number 1 pick. If Adam, if you have to choose between Varane and
you both, I think Juan Jesus might win this because 2 people picked Juan Jesus. There's the only player that got picked by 2.
No, I picked him as my second choice though. If I have to name one, I won't
he got
pick
Adams first, so I think that's the winner because no one else got as many votes.
I think that price to performance, he's probably the best one out of everyone we've mentioned because he's free. But
I think Juan Jesus should win. I think he should
I agree. Let's go to the next one. Juan Jesus wins, especially since he also got a footage card, which confirms that we actually know what we're talking about.
Yay!
Wingbacks. It's a hard one because we have 2 sides and we don't want the podcast to take 3 hours. But left and right, let's start with Steve. Left first.
Right. So my left back I wanted to pick someone who was like start of the game, but start of the game all the left backs were trash. I used Alba and it was okay. But then as soon as Future Stars, Mendy got a card, and that card was the boss. That card was honestly the absolute king of left backs. And then in January they upgraded it to 5-star weak foot.
Yeah.
And the absolute heroes. It had 5-star weak foot. It had like 99 pace. If you wanted to downgrade the pace, you could give it 99 jump in for like 93 pace. It was dribbling, had everything. He used to win. He's 5'11", and he used to go up front for corners and used to score goals regularly. He was definitely one of my favourite cards, for sure.
He was the player I was most scared of in your team.
He was beautiful. I loved him. I did love him. So yeah, do I have to say my right back as well?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Let me do.
On my right back, so right backs were all trash until the end, and they were all amazing. So the right back I used, which isn't helpful to anyone, and I don't mind him losing, was Dani Alves. He was great, but I used to be honest, right? I used every week, every time there was a team of the week or something, I used to look if there was any way I could change Dani Alves.
To be fair, you had the flashback. It
was good. It was good. It was 90 rated, but I used to always look if there was any way I could change. If there was any way I could change it.
He's smaller than Butra, and he has work rates that are the other way around. But for the rest, he was good.
Yeah, he was okay. He was okay.
So far, I can come in with the Mendy one, but
it's all you needed is pace. Yeah, Mendy would be. If I'm recommending one fullback, it's Mendy. It's not Alves.
Yeah, but I don't think pace was the most important, to be fair, because You need to clear those headers, and Alves can't really jump.
I always did. I always just did stop it at source. I never really.
Yeah, but you're much better than the most of us. So.
I don't know. Yeah, I never had. Sometimes if they would, and then it was Cristiano versus Alves, I was just like, rest in peace, good luck, Alves. But then who? The thing is, then who's going to beat? Like, my theory with it as well was no one's going to beat Cristiano in the air right back. So you might as well just have someone that's good at other stuff.
Yeah, it's a good theory though. Can't really say it, but especially when going on overlapping. Adam.
Right, so left back. This one's an easy one for me. It's Marcus Alonso.
Hang on, you mispronounced his name.
Did I?
Marcus Alonso. Yeah, Marcus Alonso. Come on now, Adam.
Right.
You know his name.
Yeah, he probably going to win. Marcus Alonso. Oh man.
He was slow at the start of the game, and that SBC was actually one of the better SBCs in the beginning of the game. And I'm talking about the Europa League live card one, because whilst he started out at 84, you could, if you had someone that you could swap with in midfield that could go to left back that had a bit more pace, then you could have him, and he was basically a cheap, not Hullet, but he weren't bloody far off. Considering, like, at that point in the game, he was an incredible centre midfielder. He grew extremely well, and he was so important to my team and to the way it was constructed and stuff. And also, the great thing about him is that high work rate and the fact that every stat was 80. As he grew into the left back for me. I had him my whole year. He stayed in my team through team of the season as well. Loved him.
I don't think it's a bad choice. Don't think it's the best left back. I think for me, then Mendy would still win. But I can respect this choice.
If your main reason for picking the left back, that makes me question your. Makes me question. That's
dropped
like
off, what did you say?
As I said, if your position, like choice for a left back is a great centre midfielder, I'm not sure he's a great left back. It's like going Fraser Forster is an amazing striker. He's got 5-star weak foot. Oh, what's he like in goal? Oh, absolute wank.
No, but But the thing is, he was a serviceable left back. He wasn't like terrible for me at all in the season, and he grew really strong as well. He become much better throughout the season, and by midway, when he got to 88, let's say, he was incredible. And when he got to 91, it was fantastic.
Oh, well, that was the thing with that. But I did that.
And you got 100k pack from it. And I ended up getting, I think, Timo Werner Team of the Week from it. So it paid for itself that week. Like, you know,
it wasn't the worst. I remember doing it for the pack. And then thinking if they do make it far, then it's good fodder. And to be fair, I never used him as fodder. But I also never used him in a team, ever. Unless it's for squad battles.
Fair enough, but also like one of my wing choice. Well, later on, but I mean it worked for me, that particular card. It was a perfect card for what I needed. But my right back is the Florenzi, the one that you got in an SBC some part in the season.
Which was also a great midfielder, right?
Yeah, again, another great midfielder, but this time probably a better right back than Alonso was a left back for at least half the season.
It was a UCL one.
Yeah, and because of the fact that the love for the Roma trio this year meant that he was incredible to pair with my two centre-back choices, plus the fact that he was actually a fantastic right back, plus the fact that he was pretty near end game when you look at his stats. Everything in the 80s, 99 pace achievable, could shoot, could pass, could tackle, could dribble, could do everything in the game. I think he was 4-star as well, which honestly, what a bloody card. I actually felt like sad putting him in SBC at the end of the season when I was going for crazy things. But by far, he was the only right back I used this year that I liked. That's not team of the season.
Yeah,
I think
Florenzi,
it's a bold choice. It's a cool choice. I think.
I agree. I was always jealous of Adam Florenzi. No, I had Daniel. Constantly jealous.
Yeah, but I can still do my choices and win this.
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, my left back. Day one, I packed him as gold version. Alexandro. Week
Fair.
2, when the first UCL SBC hits, I packed his 87 card. And I played a whopping 800 matches with him. He linked up with Militao later up in the game. He got a special card after that, which I won't count, but is still one of the best left backs in this game. The flashback one.
So you're using 2 left backs?
No. So Alexandro is my left back. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, I'm a bit biased as a Juventus fan. But I've used Alexandro day 1, the gold version, and I used the UCL version 2 weeks later and used him. I think almost until I went on holiday.
I had the Team of the Week version, and I couldn't wait to get rid of it for Mendy. That card was not that good. I thought that card was really I hated it. And when people, again, it was one of them cards, when people played it, I was like, yes, thank goodness.
High, strong, fast, jumping, does it all.
He did everything, but he never had 99 pace for ages. His jumping wasn't that great. He was very short as well, from what I remember. I thought
5'11". High work rates.
I honestly, I get why it's a card that everyone loves, but for me, not really. I used it and I wasn't that impressed.
And I do agree with you. I didn't get 99 space, but he started off with 98 and 97, so it's pretty close in week 2.
I thought his team of the week, his first team of the week, didn't have 99 pace.
No, but his Champions League version started off. If you put a shadow on him, it's just 97 pace, 98 acceleration, 97 sprint speed.
Yeah, still get out pace though, wouldn't it? Honestly, that card I played
93 stamina, week 2.
It's okay. It was okay. It was all right. It was okay. It was like, do you know when like you go and have you have lunches, and like one day like you send it back, you have like leftover beef, and you're like, yeah, that's cracking. I can't wait to eat that. And then day 2 you have like leftover like noodles that you've cooked, and you're like, yeah, I can't wait for that. Alexandro is like leftover. It's not like no leftover. You have a ham sandwich in your thing. You're like, well, I'll eat it, but where?
And on that note, we'll end this. No. Okay. We'll decide on the left back soon enough. Let's go into the right back, because I still can win this category. Is one towards Cancelo, which was available week 1, which had an inform week 1. And I managed to pick up and ended up 89 rated.
That card was pretty good, I have to confess.
And you could buy him for 30k coins week 1. 30k, guys.
I know. I bought one for that for about 50k, and then I sold it for like 60k because I was like profit, and then
he went up to 300.
And then it went up to loads. But the thing was, the only problem I had with Cancelo, is if you didn't have Cristiano Ronaldo, how did you link him in?
Well, I used Matuidi at the start of the game a lot. I still have my best midfielder, which will be going into next, which he links up with. If you have Cristiano Ronaldo, it's a perfect fit.
I'll give you Cancelo is a pretty solid choice.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys Mendy on left back if you give me Cancelo on right back. I'll go to the next category.
Poor Adam.
I have a problem with that.
I know.
I am completely opposite to Steve. I actually didn't mind Sandro. I used him quite a bit, and I didn't mind him too much. I didn't think he was super elite, but I didn't mind him. But Cancelo felt like
I didn't mind.
Felt
Sandro.
like a twig stick. He felt like a twig stick at right back. Every time, because I've tried his 89, his 83, and one of the medium ones, and he just used to get bullied every game for me.
I get what you're saying, but we have to face that Florenzi ain't gonna win this.
No, Florenzi's not gonna win it. No, Florenzi's not gonna win it.
And Alves ain't winning it.
And Alves ain't winning it. So Cancelo wins with your note. It's noted. It's noted.
Cancelo wins, but Mendy wins the left back one.
Yeah, fair. Mendy, that 87 Mendy is the card I was most scared of this whole game because I knew that attacking down the right was game over. It used to wind me up. Whenever I played Steve, I was like, oh, I don't even want to play. Because I'd just see that Mendy and I'd be like, well, that's my right attack gone.
And it was, do you remember the first few times?
It was just basically stick everybody on Danny Alves and hope. Like, I was trying to look into the game to see if like I could get everybody to switch over to just attacking Danny Alves. I hated Mendy so much. But yeah, I think they're great choices, both of them. I mean, at the end of the day, playing against Cancelo was different for me. I found him very difficult. It's just I couldn't get on board with him playing him in my team.
Okay,
right.
Fair enough.
Dumb.
Midfielders. The biggest thing we have to do is: do we pick one midfielder for every position, or do we pick a defensive midfielder and a centre?
We'll do a defensive, a box-to-box, and an attacking.
Yeah.
So 3?
I reckon 3. Because
it has to be.
Because they all have different roles. And I played 4-3-3 a lot. Adam played 4-3-3. You played 4-4-2. So assuming that you had I mean, if you want a no pick, you can no pick. But I would say let's have 3. We've only got one centre back. So the defensive midfielder is probably going to have to drop back anyway.
Militao, 1 centre back, right?
yeah. No, Juan Jesus, 1 centre back.
Yes, he did.
Jesus. Look at you.
That's just you wanted to make
you heard it here first. You heard it here first. John hates Jesus.
John picked Jesus.
It didn't work for the Beatles, mate. I don't know.
I picked him as well. Okay, let's start with defensive midfielder then.
Okay.
Right, John. John, you go first.
John, you go first.
It's not a if we go defensive midfielder, it's not a very exciting choice, but as he links up with everyone in this game, it's Kante. Not informed Kante.
Well, that's my pick as well, done.
Right. Okay, and look, I didn't actually use Kante this year, but he was the most scary. I would have gone for. I didn't even. Do you know what? This is a null. I had Rijkaard really early on, and I can't remember anybody else past that. So, I mean, I would have gone for like Matuidi.
Yeah, I was in doubt between Matuidi and Kante, but to be fair, I think Kante was much better for me.
I think Kante has to have this.
Kante was just. He has that special movement, and he just gets everything.
He's one of the 11 captured players in this game, and his running style is so unique. It doesn't. His pace stat really doesn't matter as much compared to other players, and I really mean that.
His gold card was super. His gold card was amazing. I got top 100 with his gold card when everything else was in forms because it was that good. It was honestly,
yeah.
Okay, Kante wins as defensive midfielder. Period. Then we go to box-to-box midfielder.
Oh, this is going to be so interesting. I'm gonna struggle to defend this one. Right.
Go ahead, Dan.
Do you want me to go first?
Yep.
So my pick for central midfielder is Ndombele.
I can't even say it.
Ndombele was the best central midfielder. The only thing he lacked was a shot. Everything else, he was like.
I disagree with that. I disagree at that point. Long range, he had one.
Okay, he could score a few goals, but not. He wasn't banging out like he wouldn't get as many as say like a Hullet will or a Goretzka will. Goretzka team of the season, not any lower Goretzka, but that Dembele, him and Kante used to just play lockdown, and so you say about the 6 being impossible to break down, in a 4-1 in a 4-2-3-1. But that's what they basically did in 4-1-2-1-2, and it was beautiful. And I loved him. And he used to make tackles. He used to never mess up a pass. I believe he had 4-star as well. It might be 3-star, 4-star. But he was just beautiful. I won't hear a bad word said about him, even though he's gone to Spurs, which is disgraceful because I loved him. But yeah, there we go. Ndombele. It was the Future Stars one. From the point that one out that you got for doing an SBC.
Okay. I want to hear Adams first before we go into more detail.
See,
You don't want to keep any lists, you said, so hey.
No, because the problem I have is that Ndombele I hated. I hated playing against him. It used to wind me up so much.
Do you know what else I liked about it? Everyone trashed it. So then a lot of people didn't do it. And so I was one of the few people that had it and loved it. That made it a bit more special to me as well, to be honest.
A box-to-box midfielder. I'm going to go really early on in the game here. Someone that I prayed I would get the one to watch for was Nainggolan.
Yeah,
I can't help
gold
it.
card
It was just
good.
so good.
That gold
did
card
everything.
was really good. At the start, it was really good, that gold.
Yeah. And the problem I have is that this whole midfield trio ended up being either icons or like cards out of this scope, really. And Nainggolan was the card that I really wanted. Like, I was dying to get that Nainggolan early on in the game. And I wanted it into January, I believe. Maybe even longer. Just like, not the gold one, but I really wanted that one to watch. I honestly thought he'd get 2. And it'd be
He got that team of the
That team of the season does look very filthy.
I never used it, though. And
But he's more like a Conte player. He's more defensive player, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he had like attacking. He doesn't have a good shot, I think.
No.
I've used it in draft. I almost called him Ndombele. Nainggolan, the team of the season. I don't want to go into it too much, but it's a god. It's an unbelievable god. It's not Nainggolan Club from 2017, I think, but it is unbelievable. Hats off to it. It was Nainggolan come back in the conversation a little bit, considering that he went to sleep.
All right, so you're nominating Nainggolan as box to box.
Yeah.
All right, my pick. It's a hard one, but I'm gonna pick Milinkovic Savic because I started the game with this non-informed card, and I ended playing the Europa League version a whole lot of that.
Honestly, if I saw somebody, I would literally rejoice.
Wow,
Ndombele would be giving him the run. If him or Kante would basically make him a minus.
No, he's big. He has pretty decent pace. He has almost good gang stats for that type of gang. Almost like above 80, 4 stars, 4 stars. He's 6'3" in this game. Don't forget, he has 87 shot power, 84 long shots, 84 finishing of his main goal.
There's a reason this card comes so low in the FUT voting, and it's just because no one really cared about it.
My other choice, which I wanted to get, and that's
no, don't go changing your choice now, John. You picked Milinkovic Slovic. That is your problem.
I actually was changing around, and the other changes would be future star Bentancur. But I don't think he has the shot needed for that position, so that's why I switched to Milan.
Future star Bentancur was the most underrated player of this game.
Yeah,
he was fantastic.
But your choice,
but he wasn't in Ndombele.
Yeah, Ndombele is winning this at a canter.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Ndombele.
He really does, because honestly, it wound me up. The Kante, believe it or not, because everybody plays it, you can work out a way. But the Ndombele, not everybody had it. So when you played it, you were like, oh, God, there's 2 Kantes. This is not fair. And then you got Furlan Mendy joining in for some reason. And it just become the worst. I literally wanted to nuke France after that. I was so upset. They had such a good team this year, France on FUT. Like, they've had the best year by far.
And Ndombele wins it. And then we go to the central attacking midfielder. Steve.
Right. This is going to be hard because... So my front 3, who I've picked, all rotated a lot. So all three have played striker, all 3 have played centre attacking mid, and all 3 have played right wing or left wing. So I'm trying to decide who should be the attacking midfielder. I'm going to go with Ben Yedder. I'm going to go with Ben I mean, his team of the season was criminally underrated team of the season I've seen. Better than Havertz, if anyone wants a good card. But I will talk about just his. I remember his road to Europa would have been good if he bottled it by conceding 2 goals against Slavia Prague in extra time.
It was
I
still good.
remember it still, and it was still a good card, and it was very useful. It was still brilliant. It had 5-star weak foot. It was little, had high agility, 99 acceleration, 95 sprint speed, 99 finishing, I believe, or 98 finishing. And it would just mop everything up, put everything in. It was decent at passing. It was just quick and agile. And the thing that makes the difference to me is that it had high work rate. So it used to sometimes, for example, if a Vieira tries bombing on, it would follow. And that, to me, just means so much. Like,
Yeah.
he was just so competent. He also had a finesse that was untouched by the "you're not allowed to finesse anymore" changes. Like, it was just a beautiful card.
Adam, do you have something in this very long episode that can take Ben Yedder's place? That doesn't sound too promising.
David Villa.
Sorry?
David Villa, the flashback.
Yeah, sorry.
David Villa, the flashback.
Nah,
I know he's not a striker. I know he's a striker, but he's not. He's just not. Not in this FIFA. But that card is unbelievable. The greatest thing about him, I think, is that you can put him on either side and he can score. The two-footedness is obviously killer. He's got every single stat that you want for one of them attacking players. I mean, the flashback, obviously. I loved him. The person that was going to come closest was Mertens, but I don't think Mertens gets this one. It has to be David Villa for me.
Right.
And we might have.
I'm not going to trash him, so can't you?
Then you guys have to do a little toss, because I went all in on getting Zola early on. And after I had Zola, the icon one.
Oh, okay, the icon. Okay.
And after that, I got Butra in of that position. So all my votes for central attacking midfielder would be either players that played on different position coming in. So I did use Heuming Son, the 84 card, a lot at CAM.
84.
I'm absolutely fine with you having that.
But it's not that this position.
No,
84.
I'm absolutely fine with you having him.
Yeah. If you was your cam, he was your cam. He had future cards that were not cam anyway.
That's fair enough. He was the only position, only left side, I think. But
can I just quickly say, if we did include icons, Butcher's won this.
Yeah, that I do agree on. But yeah, either I don't get a photo or I have to put in. No,
Son. You can put on Son, but I still think Ben Yedder's better than Son.
I think I'm going to give my vote to Ben Yedder on this one just because of the fact that whilst I love David Villa, he was great. Ben Yedder was like a baby Ronaldo. He was just horrible to play against. Horrible.
It was just his nippiness. I used to love him. I'm not going to think.
That top end acceleration was so disgusting.
The thing I had with Son was it was a bit his early card. His team of the season looks really nice, but his earlier cards are a bit clunky.
I'll tell you what, though. I will say one thing on this.
But that is a nice bit. That is a good idea, though. If he's left wing again next year, sticking McCam as a very early game card.
Yeah, he'll be incredible there.
Yeah, I know I bought him for like 20k early on and played him, started left winger and played him cam until I could afford Zola. So and now in the current situation, he's my cam as well, or my CF. Only the team version season 1. Okay, Ben Yedder win this. 3 more positions left. We'll end up with the striker, but let's start with the left winger. And let's start this time with Adam.
Okay, I'm going to have to pick him. I'm happy to lose this one. Player of the month, Hazard.
Oh, the 93 that you got early on.
Yeah, I got him so early on that he played 700 matches for me. He was good, but I'm not resoundingly kissing his ass here. I'll tell you who was much better for me was the Douglas Costa. But look, he was a good card. I thought that it was great that Alonso linked to him. In the end, it felt like he was linking to Alonso. So I'm happy to lose this one. Go ahead, whoever's next.
Steve.
John, go next. John, go next.
Mine has to win though, because
I think yours is probably gonna win.
It's gonna be Neymar, the 92.
Okay.
5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves,
Yeah.
fast, links up with my other choice one, which is coming next, and just perfect card. Pretty steep price to start off with, but he's been usable all year, I guess. Every version of him.
So I didn't use. I had to give up. I realised that it's hard. So my left wing, I'm not going to bother.
I've got a left winger for you.
I've got a left wing that I go on.
Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, I hated him though.
The thing is, we didn't when we played draft. That's what's so sad.
It was really weird. Yeah, when we played draft, but when we used him, we didn't really like him. I played Perisic for a bit, and he was before the Zlatan, and he was actually pretty good. Like he was just not. He wasn't very pacey, and I really struggled with him getting through on goal and then not being able to finish the job. So I'm happy for Neymar to win.
This is a Neymar whitewash.
This is Neymar whitewash. Yeah.
All right. I don't like him in real life, and he's being a little beep now. But hey, okay.
Wanker. Oh, sorry, I meant to say that when he beeped. Sorry.
Neymar wins. Yeah, we're trying to make this PG-13. Right winger. Let's start with Steve now then.
So my pick for right winger is Nigel. Joking.
sorry.
I think I might drop off. You did what?
Nigel Farage. That was freaking brilliant.
No,
that was funny.
So my right winger is going to be Inaki Williams, and now. So you used, I'm not even joking. Inaki Williams. I used him as a striker, his gold card, and I loved it. And to be fair, I played Inaki Williams as a centre midfielder, and he was fantastic. And he was one of my box-to-box midfielders within Ndombele, but he was obviously a more attacking one. But what I loved about him is he just had a rocket of a shot, like an absolute rocket. He had bags and bags of pace. He had, before it was like a big thing, his Carnival one had 98 acceleration and 98 sprint speed, 99 jump.
It's a good card, but you can actually
very good card.
Try to defend it, but I think he still loses.
Maybe. We'll see the other choices. I loved him anyway.
Inaki Williams is Steve's choice. And I actually, I do get it, and he's a pretty cool card. Adam?
And it's different. I want to be different. It's different.
You see, I just want to win this argument, so I'm just going to cut you off there. If you try it once more, I'm muting you. No.
Come on, Adam.
I am going well weirder than you.
No.
I'm really going to win this.
I want to be very careful with this. It's a player of the year, not team of the year. I'm not talking about his team of the year, and it's 87 rated. Angel Mena was the best right winger I used this whole year. He was incredible, and I only ever used him on 8 chem, and he was by far my favourite card at that position until we got to team of the season craziness. But that Mena was absolute. I loved him. If not, it was going to be Baluta. But both of them cards I loved. But Mena was incredible. He only had 3-star skill moves, but he had 9,000 pace. He had, like, when you put 100 on him, he had 99, 99 with 99 agility, 99 balance, 92 finishing, 93 long shots, 99 shot power.
The weird player of the
Mexican one,
Dark blue one.
Okay.
He was incredible. I loved him. But he was quite late in the season, but it was just before team of the season, and I adored him.
Where he plays in the US, right?
No, he plays in the Mexican League.
Mexican League. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sorry, I think about something.
And 5'6".
It's Adam
small players. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't like Zlatan header cheats.
Okay,
Adam in real life is actually breathe, so that's.
Yeah, I'm 7'2". I'm actually Brian Scalabrine.
I do think you get an extra star for originality though. But I'm gonna win this.
Over
Sorry.
Inaki Williams.
Yeah, over Naki Williams
Right.
because I think nobody else.
Alright.
I actually had to look this player up because I couldn't even remember him. So, and I do remember Naki Williams. But my
Right.
pick's gonna win, and that's okay because you guys can have the striker after this. But that's it's Mbappe. 5 star,
boring. No,
right forward.
I-
Links
I'll
up
tell
with
you what.
Neymar, links up with
No.
Ndombele, links up with Ben Yedder, links up with Kante.
We
Yeah,
gave
yes.
you the Neymar. I used Mbappe early game and it was crap. The early game Mbappe missed loads of chances.
I'm really sorry, but
I
early
really
game
don't.
Mbappe was fantastic.
Yeah, he
I
was.
have to agree. I'm
hated
really
that.
sorry.
I hated that Mbappe.
He was
Oh.
fantastic. I'm sorry. You just had to put the right chem on him,
Yep.
and you just had to not try and smash shots. He was a tap the ball very lightly and just roll it. You had to play. You had to play with the imagination that you were Mbappe. Mbappe don't smack it. Mbappe don't have a long shot. But what Mbappe does have is
Finesse.
I'll cut in, finesse it in. And in the early part of the game, you just had to be cheeky with him. And with the 5-star skill moves
And fast and insane.
and
yeah.
lightning fast, I have to lean on Mbappe on this one because of the fact that there were loads of good Mbappe cards. He was scary. I really, really, really would have died to have that left wing one.
I'm sorry, Mbappe wins the right winger.
Yeah, easily.
Oh.
But I do like the
so
choice.
disappointed.
Yeah, but you guys can have the striker because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who ever used this striker.
All the pros listening to this podcast are going to be like, "Oh, we knew about these cards." Oh, never mind. So disappointed.
This is the fight to the death one, I think.
Yeah, this is gonna be it.
Striker.
I was gonna kick this one off, striker.
Go on, John. You kick this one off.
Okay, I'm gonna lose this, but I have used, and I just looked it up, over 425 matches, 360 goals. It's 86 rated. Going right off the bat. Piemonte Calcio striker, and it's not Ronaldo.
Is it Mandzukic?
Mandzukic. He invented the crossing meta. He invented you can actually use slower strikers. And
I mean, he didn't invent it.
no, but he was so good at it before everything became popular.
I mean, he kind of invented it. His club was only created 3 weeks ago.
I would have been with you.
The silence from John. That's beautiful.
And that's goodbye from me.
I would have been with you 2 years ago on having like a real soft spot for Mandzukic because I used to love him. Like
I did actually.
I used to love him. This year, not for me.
Yeah, fair enough. But
I mean, his stats are so horrifying. They gave him a scream card. That's
No,
all
they
I'm
didn't.
saying.
and his scream card
ago,
was
not-
really good as well.
They gave him one this one.
Yeah,
didn't they?
I did have
They
it.
gave him another screen card.
Yes. Don't forget, he started off with 99 pace.
Yeah.
Or 90
He did.
pace.
He had a scream card. He had a scream card.
Yeah.
It's not very good, I'm afraid.
Well, the scream card started off with 90 pace.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. Steve, do you want to go next?
So my choice is again someone who he was nearly the choice for Cam, to be honest, but it was between him because I played him and Ben Yedder up front at one stage, and he played a bit of left wing.
Oh no,
And this is
it's gonna be our.
This is Griezmann. No, it's trash. It's Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann is going to be chucking out them L's like it's. He was just such a nippy, great card. It had a great left foot. He used to just smash in goals. He used to just score a lot for me all the time. If I'd need a couple of goals, he'd normally pop up with them. He was great. I used to just love him. He's just agile, quick, 99 jumping, good in the air, good at everything. He was an amazing striker, and I was really get his team. In fact his inform was so good that his team of the season wasn't that big of an upgrade because he already had everything. It just added passing, which he didn't really need. But unfortunately, at the end of the game, he becomes surplus because he only got 3-star weak foot. But he's my pick. He used to bang in the goals. And when there was no Van Dijk's running around, he used to just pace the defenders like creamy. It was beautiful. I used to love him.
Yeah, so
So
I
he's
can
my
actually make I
choice.
can't make fun of him because Mandzukic is 3 stars as well and 3-star weak foot, and I think it's a fair choice. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You're dropping off, Steve. The audio is a bit bad, so we're gonna skip with Adam until you're reconnected. Adam, I think everyone's dropping off, so I'm not sure if it records well, but else you can also hear me for now. So if I wanted to actually to win this argument, and that's that's
Whoa, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just got disconnected.
no, I think everyone got disconnected except me, and it's still going on a bit.
Alright.
But that's probably because I just want to win this argument. So Mandzukic wins it for.
No,
Spec-
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, right,
I'm back.
Spec is
No.
Oh, that Adam can have a go. Sorry for the bad
Right.
audio quality. The server went down for a bit, but I was still here for a change. So go ahead, Adam.
I feel like I've got to win this one.
I think you might just do this.
I have.
Do you want
spent
it like a
last-
ruffle?
The what? I don't think there should be a choice in this matter. It's Fernando Torres flashback. February, so nice and early. I think that they robbed him with his acceleration, but and maybe gave him a bit too much strength. But when you look at that card, he was team of the season at the beginning.
Steve,
He was a very good card.
we have to give him, right?
Yeah, we'll just give it to Torres. I can't be bothered to argue with it.
I want to point out two things, just very quickly, that very much annoyed me this year with that Torres card, though. I loved him. I adored him.
Adam, you won. You don't have to make anything that makes
no,
him.
no, no,
wins.
How dare EA give him only 3-star skill moves? They clearly have never watched a game of football to give him 3-star skill moves.
He should have had 5-star. But I think some of those flashback cards were made with the idea of making like above average cards at the time. You know, like usable enough for the average player, but not groundbreaking that everyone's going to stick him in their team. And I think that Torres was actually a bit better, was above the curve on a lot of the players.
And
much
also,
like a David Luiz, say.
Yeah, and also I'd like to point out that 4-star weak foot with Torres meant
was fine.
4.8-star weak foot because he could absolutely smack it with his left foot,
Was
not
he
like other foot. It was 3-star, 4-star.
Yeah, 3-star.
And yet he didn't play like that. He didn't play like that. You could put it on his left, and the fun thing for me this year was that I had Butch Genyo, David Villa, and Fernando Torres, and all of them you could not pick a side. It made defenses playing against me scared because they'd mark me both sides and they'd get really, really panicky, and then you could just slide through a ball and Torres would just put it in.
To be fair, Adam hasn't won a category yet, so I think if I.
Jesus.
Wow, okay, it's true.
He's trying to force through that Militao, isn't he?
No,
it ain't going to happen. It's definitely one Jesus.
Number
Jesus
one.
For life. Number one Jesus.
And then so the official what the FUT striker of the year is flashback Fernando Torres.
Hell yeah.
Handpicked by Adam.
I want to say that we made like a conscious decision. I mean, well, me and Adam did anyway. I'm not sure about John at the end, but we made a conscious decision to try and pick players that like are more attainable and not necessarily.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just go team of the year Kante, Pogba, blah 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 blah.
I talked about Neymar and Mbappe, the gold versions, right? Earlier.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So they were not unobtainable.
They were around. I know. I can see it. I bought them both for around 380k, and Mbappe, I actually got from SBC, so I was lucky there. But
yeah,
a lot of people had Mbappe early on though. I'll give you Mbappe.
I had Mbappe early on. I had his Champions League one, I think.
And you're also talking about gold cards. Like even if you included Cristiano Ronaldo as a gold card, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah, I should select him as striker, but I couldn't do it.
I mean, it was still 2 million on PC during Team of the Year. That Ronaldo.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. Anyway,
shall I read the team of the season from What
Yeah.
the Foot
Go on,
podcast.
do a quick recap.
Alright, goalkeeper is by far Courtois, the non-informed 90 rated version. A team of 1 towards Cancelo wins the right back. Ferland Mendy, the 87 left back, future star, wins the left back position. A good second comes in for central defender Militao, but Juan Jesus actually wins it, the foot swap 84 rated. We got Ben Yedder as the attacking central attacking midfielder.
Cam, yeah.
The 87 Europa League version, I think. We got
Yeah.
Ndombele as the 88 future star box-to-box midfielder. Our unanimous decision for best central defensive midfielder was not informed Kante.
I'd just like to point out I got top 100 with that midfield.
Yeah, we only mentioned it 5 times today, so it's a good thing you pointed that. Not informed Neymar wins the left winger. Not informed Mbappe wins the right winger. And pièce de la résistance, the Fernando Torres flashback 92 rated wins the striker of the year for What the Foot podcast.
Yeah.
That ends us with 2 quick rapid questions. So I'm gonna ask you 2 or 3 questions, and you can't think about it, you just have to say it. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. The best player on a different position to Steve. Go.
Inaki Williams, right wing.
Can't argue with that. The best striker on the best other position to Adam.
Florenzi. No, he was in his right position. Shit.
No, but you played him at centre midfield though, didn't you?
Yeah. Florenzi.
Yeah.
All right, he wins. It's Inform Munier for me.
Oh, I like that.
That was a very early card, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. League 3 or 4, I think. Then, your best or your favorite icon, go Steve.
Favourite icon?
Yes.
Eusebio.
Favorite icon, Adam.
Butragueño.
I'm gonna pick Sola, but Butragueño is good second.
Sola!
Yes.
At the start of the game, he was filth, to be fair.
Yeah, he was god in finesse shots, and he almost scored every free kick I got. And I got some clips from that as well on my Twitter. And then, last but not least, the best kit we've used. Go, Steve.
West Ham away.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. No, West Ham away. Fuck it. West Ham away.
Adam, best kit.
Black kit away, Real Madrid.
Fair enough. I think my best kit would... I have to say Juventus because it's out of the game, but
Sorry, wait, what?
Yeah,
what
exactly that one. So I have to say then, let's do something EA created. The Northern Light one. The purple one with shiny things. Let's do 2 more questions. 2 more quick questions.
Go on.
Yeah, you got 5 seconds to think about it because this podcast will take 2 hours elsewhere. Adam, your favorite promo?
They're all terrible. No. Birthday being my least favourite. My favourite being Future Stars. I know that's going to be contentious. There were people that hated it. Future Stars was fantastic, and it finally gave me like the exciting. Because what's the point of having that Vivacus Junior in the game? He was never going to get bloody like past 80 with Team of the Weeks and stuff. Perfect. I loved Future Stars. Brilliant.
Before I ask the question to Steve, I completely agree on both your terms. Can't say anything else. Steve.
So my favourite promo was probably Carnival. I just really liked Carnival, to be honest. I like the players that were in Carnival. So yeah, my least favourite was what I agree with FUT Birthday. That was just a massive flop. They didn't pick many players that were fun, and Lukaku centre back.
You don't like Zlatan centre backs or Van Dijk? Striker?
It was just no. It was just,
by the way, Birthday was my best pulling session, and I still hated it. I got Kyle Walker, Salah, and like 2 others, and I hated it.
It was just releasing pointless cards. They need to make them. They were too scared to make them overpowered in their position, so they made them all underpowered, and so it made them pointless. In my opinion,
from Bale.
Fair enough.
Even Bale though, I didn't. Nah.
Steve, what was your favorite feature that was added in FIFA 19?
La Coqueta. No, joking. Right. My favourite feature, I like flashbacks. I thought flashbacks was a bit of genius, and I hope that they do it. But the problem is, I'll be interested to see if they can do it next year without making it stale.
They could. Lots of options there. Good choice, I think. Adam, your favorite feature added in FIFA 19?
Prime icon moments. They were just the best, weren't they? No. I think my killer feature this year, the ability to set your tactics for certain things before the game. Even though I didn't really use it that
Different
much,
game
I love
plans.
that. Yeah.
So that would be my choice as well. But I have a good second one, and that's just the addition for div rivals. Make us something to during the week, which has sent.
I think
it could be tweaked. It could be tweaked. I tell you what.
I perfectly agree. Can be tweaked. I perfectly agree on the fact that the addition of game plans has to be tweaked as well. But it's been added, and I think both of those features are really good additions to the game.
Long live good players in weekly objectives, I say as well. Long live that happening.
Good ones. So the last couple of months were good weekly objectives. Great. Perfect addition.
Great.
In this long podcast, I still want to give the award of the week. Steve, do you want to give the award?
So the award this week is the You Have Something award, and that goes to the whole of the FIFA playing community that is not in England or America. Is that correct?
Yeah, because it will actually end.
Because everyone else in England, America, got betas, and loads of people have got betas, but in the other countries where you might, if you just happen to have been born in Netherlands and lived there all your life, you don't get a chance at the beta, and it's just a load of crap, to be honest.
Totally.
Not to mention PC. Even if you live in the US or the UK, you don't get it.
Yeah, okay, you can't get it on PC. It doesn't matter where your PC is. Your PC can be in bloody Mordor, you ain't getting it. So that's it. A load of crap. What a load of crap.
So on that positive note, we're going to be ending the podcast. Next week we'll discuss our tactics and approaches on FIFA 20. Where will we start? What are our tactics going in? And it's going to be I think a good preparation. So send in your thoughts on that as well, and we'll take that along with us for the next show. And the next show is going to take an hour, so you don't have to travel 1.5 hours to get that podcast. So I think we had a good year, content-wise, gameplay-wise. I think we see some changes coming up, which we're all looking forward to. We'll discuss that more in depth once we'll be able to actually play the games ourselves, and we'll get back to that. Thank you all for listening. See you next week. If you have any questions, feedback, comments, like us, share us, do whatever, as long as it's positive. Criticism is fine, but keep it nice. And
anyone slams Inaki Williams, I'm coming for you.
So that's challenge one. I think that's goodbye from me. You can find me on everything with FUT coaching in it. Twitter, Mixer, YouTube, you name it, it's there. Adam, where can people find you, and can you say them a very nice goodbye as well?
So you can find me on Twitter at FootFrankenstein, or you could just tweet the podcast. And yeah, looking forward to next week's show. I can't wait to tell everybody how to get through the long pack openings. I've got a really good strategy for that. At the car wash. Sorry, that might have been a bit of a spoiler for it, but yeah. So speak to you all next week.
And Steve, where can people find you?
You can find me at the car wash, or you can find me on Twitter at Valent777.
Thank you very much. That's good. And that's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me at the car wash.